Good day, good day. I'm going to be really quick, not very, very quick, but I wanted to make sure I just put some thoughts into you guys' head. I am going to share a quick video that I found. It's pretty old. It's about maybe like 10 years old, and it's actually not on the internet I know now. I did find it actually on a very old phone I had. So what I did was play the download and record it on my phone. And this is the video. And I'm going to go over some information pertaining to this. I know sometimes people think some of the things that we are going through is normal, a part of this real life, but it's not. It's totally the opposite. But I'm not going to put anything into your mind as far as what you may be able to perceive from this, but I'm definitely going to go over a lot of information. So even though this be a little weird, just don't let it deter you.
Addressing today specifically Afro-American people.
It is
Video which I'm about the white race, dark skinned people, America have had suspicion for a very long time. White people are not really human, and this suspicion has been around for a long, long time. And I get a suspicion which is around for a long, long time. There is a little bit to it. I want to admit today that white people originating from North are called parents. Sorry about that. These white people are human from this birth. Black people are Indian people, Asian people are, yes, they are all human. We white people are, and we are, let's called the tall whites. Not all of them are, all of us are tall, not all of us are white, but in general, that's what it is. And as some of you may know, tall whites are not really earthly human, but coming out of space, out of another galaxy. We are of the human race. We white people, in order to control the world, we white all have a secret code, secret language under each other. No matter how nice we pretend to be, we all stick together in control the other race. Particularly black. And I am feeling so bad about it right now. I have to speak out here on this and admit it. White people are white people themselves. All stick together, know the truth, which they come from another galaxy. We all know our own planet, which we don't have because we don't have it. And we have no good intention to share our realms with you. We not want to share our knowledge with you. We have been mistreated hundreds of years ago, and this is very bad. And your chances have to the most of you chance in life. You can sit on the corner with your other friends and they will never arrive to you. It's very hard, I know. And we rich white people, we alien people, don't want to share what happened to you, so you have a good time. This is my testimony, public, white people of another planet.
One more time. I want y'all to get
Probably the first white man in Germany who is admitting something. It took a long time to think of this video showing you a very short about white race. Many of you dark-skinned people in America maybe have had a suspicion for a very long time. White people are not really human, and this suspicion has been around for a long, long time. And like any suspicion which is around for a long, long time, there is a little bit of truth to it. I want to say to you that white originate Northern Europe, as they are called, today. These are really human from this earth, like black people are, Indian people are,
I ain't say
Asian
this.
people are, yes,
Good.
actually a minority. Let's face the truth. Also called the tall whites. Not all of them are, not all of us are tall, completely right, but in general, that's what it is. And as some of you may know,
The ladies are golden.
Out of another galaxy
Just like that.
are not human as
Just like that. From another
the
galaxy.
human race.
Y'all might not like me after this video, but I'm going to tell y'all some truth
One of
today.
the control world, where white people are secret code, a secret language. No matter how nice pretend to be, we all stick in order to control the other races, particularly the black. And I am feeling so bad about it by now that I have admitted white people are not human. White people, including myself, all stick together, know the truth, which they do not want to admit to you. White people are out of space. And we have no good attention with you.
Our
We
wealth
do
they
not
stole.
want to share treated hundreds of years ago
And now.
and very, very bad. And your chances in life, for most of you,
Not difficult.
when your other friends and work will never arrive to you. It's very, very hard, I know. White people don't want to share
apologize for what? The physical world, keeping us a part of this atomic structure where we are ether light beings. Y'all can believe any and everything that y'all would like to believe when it comes to the facts of the matter, right? But when it comes to it, what's this? I want to make you guys hear this. When it comes to it, right, there are a lot. Grandma, like, sweetheart, how are you doing? I am. I just want you to understand, make sure that this is right. Or, or link that I want to get to you guys real quick. I may have discarded some information, unfortunately. So, just a moment here. When creating this, I had a hard time. YouTube did not want me to make this video. It took me 20 to see what's going on in the video, which was funny. But yeah, it took me about minutes. It would not let me proceed. It kept me. I had to remove what I had in the description. All I had in the description was um, I don't even remember. I did this. I'll talk about that in a second. Actually, let me pull it up. I'm gonna talk about all of it while I'm doing it because nonsense to me. If I'm not doing anything that is harmful or informative, why would it stop? Okay. So what it did was tell me that, let's see, let's get to my screenshots. It told me I was not permitted to make a video through YouTube. YouTube denying my usage of the video. That part I did, but I'm recording here. I want you guys to do so. You get a good understanding of what I'm talking about. So this is what we're gonna start with. I was actually going in and putting it now. That's this. Do some information. Okay, guys. Now let's go a little bit at this as far as what with ourselves and our life and things, ether and so on and so forth. I'm gonna try to go over most of this as quick as I can. I have an appointment to get to with my daughter. Um, Unfortunately, it's Saturday morning appointment. We couldn't take care of yesterday, but I am going to explain a bit of this, right? Let's see if I make this work. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can't, I'm going to do really see this, right? Now, we're going to talk about the plane of the body. And you know how I'm always talking about us being trapped? We are part of assimilation. We are being recycled. We are being reused. We are being just, our energy surplus, our energies directed for other usage and things of that nature. Can you hear me now, sis? I hope you can hear me now. Is this any better? Put a one if it's a better, sis. It may be because of the stream. Now put a one if you hear me, sis. A two if you can't hear me. You said that I'm breaking up, babe. Let me know. If so, what I'll do is go on my other device. Yeah, let me mute this, and I'm gonna add come in with my on my other device, babe, so you guys can hear me. So give me a moment here. Yes, they activate, sis. Grandma, oh my gosh, listen, this is why I say I got to do this video because I be telling people certain information and it's just going crazy, right? Sis says, right? Let's talk about it. This is a part of what I'm talking about, guys. I mean, this literally happened last night. Okay, um, I was out and as usual, hard to explain. Great light, brother. Great light. Thanks for joining us. I was out, right, and the moon. It was just like that fantastic CGI image I was seeing. It was like so low, like I could like almost reach and touch it, right? So I said, "Up, there's a portal. Something about to happen." Start taking pictures. Sure enough, there it was. My camera started diluting the picture, turning it back to the CGI moon. Then it would turn it back to the portal. It would show what was opening, what was closed. It was just so freaking weird. Now, Grandma, as I took the pictures, right? A couple of pictures. One of them, you can actually see the beings coming and penetrating. They are calling on all beings. We are being so enlightened right now, right? This is what's going on. People don't even realize. Because of our strength, because of our enlightenment, right? We are working very hard doing this spiritual warfare. Our ancestors have been protruding through these portals and helping us and assisting, battling these entities. I've filmed it. I've shown you guys. I'm not going to get too much into showing proof to people that don't understand or know what's going on, but I will discuss certain things. Now, with the battle that we're going through right now, there is a lot. As I said, I tried to make this video, and all I did was put in there, tune into self. Do not be a part of the non-ether world. There are a few things I had in the description. I'm not sure exactly what I put. Now screenshots actually going from my phone. I literally took the screenshot. It took the picture, and now it's gone from my phone. Um, y'all might think this stuff be mishap, but me myself, I'm wise enough to understand and understand the truth of the they were clearing them from the activating through the moon portal. Sis, you are so freaking right. It's crazy. It's crazy. I saw so many entities coming through. It was amazing. But as I said, let's see. The body. Okay, hold on, I'm trying to take this off. I'm like this. My it's so old. It does stupid. There's my line. Hold on. Hold on. I want this whole picture show. Okay. Now we're gonna look at the plane of the body, and you Bag says I forgot if I said too. If you couldn't hear me, if you guys can hear me clearly and everything's good, does anybody just put one in the chat so I can keep going? I'll proceed on. If not, I want to kind of slow down because I don't want you guys to miss this information. I don't do this a lot. I don't go live. A lot of information people do not take in and do not absorb it because they're not aware of what's going on. So it sounds like pseudo. It sounds like sci-fi. It sounds like it's weird. It sounds like all different uh, things. Okay, sis, I'm gonna actually go on my other devices static. Okay, hold on. Yeah, doing a lot right now, and I am not ready because I'm gonna get this word out this morning. At least make somebody think of it. I'm just going through this myself, and it gets freaking annoying. All right, guys. I hope this one is better. Let me remove this one. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it's like static when I do it this way, guys. Ugh. I'm telling you that it's something always working. Let's try this one more time. You said you can't hear me now, sis? Let's see. Hopefully this is better. I don't hear the echo now. Can you guys hear me clearly without an echo? I hope you can. If you can hear me clearly without an echo, let me know. Without an echo, let me know. Without an echo. There it is again. Let me stop the mic from here. Stop the mic. See if that helps. All right, guys. Is this no? Mm-mm. Y'all don't want me to talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about it. This finna get fixed, so let's see here. Let me remove this one. I just deal with a little bit of static. I'm so sorry if you guys cannot hear me well. Obviously, I'm doing everything I can to make sure this is coming through very well, and I'm having issues. I've been having issues since I started stream. If I'm not wanting me um, to share, just from the description, they knew I was about to spew the truth. So, believe it or not, through this technology, everything is read from our thoughts to everything. They're able to connect through these things as well. All this is these are just different light portals and things that we're able to be manipulated through. So, going in and seeing that I had this information, uh, just having a little issue, but I'm not going to get frustrated because we're going to talk about it. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just put yes if you can hear me. Because this 1 and 2 is kind of confusing. I know I asked, but I'm getting caught up in my thoughts, trying to stick to what I'm doing, and getting a little thrown off. So the plane of the body. Uh, um, look at the squaring of the torus field. Great, grandma. Thank you, baby. I'm wondering. I'm like, is this just a waste of what? Okay, this is the body, right? This is the plane of the body, right? Look at the squaring of the body, right? It's all square. When you're standing straight, you have a full body. This is a plane, right? And the torus field is around us, right? You know how we talk about our energy, our aura, the enlightenment, the light energy that we actually encase that's a part of the light being that we are, right? The spirit being, the soul, which is what we truly are, right? All right, so we're looking at this, right? There's the coral point that gives this square that comes up around the top. Um, then we have the sagittal point, which is the length, right? So that would be like the length of our body, right? And then we have the axial plane, which is the flat plane. I didn't know that. Hold on a second. All right. Then we have the coral plane. I'm sorry, the coronal plane, which is down near the bottom. I'm taking it down. It's the transverse plane of the axial plane. It actually is the right? And the sagittal plane, which is the inner part of the length that goes down. You see this part here? This is nerving. Okay. All right, we're gonna go into some of the stuff real quick. I don't want to stick too much on anything particular. We talked to you guys about the man being having woman parts within the womb. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how this is transpired. So when you're looking at this, right? See, this is a female reproductive organ. Okay, it's implosion, which is going inward, which is why the woman has a vaginal cavity. That's a reproductive. The male reproductive organ, it's explosion, which is protruding outward. You see, this is a woman, same organs. See, they're the same thing. I see this, right? I spend a lot of time on this. I just want y'all mind to register. So we see this is the male reproductive, and this is the woman reproductive. One is implosive, and man is external. Implosive is what you keep inside. Explosive is what goes out, like dynamite. Explosive nature. Okay. Let me go back. Past that. So let's talk about the energies, right? Now, you know how we go into different eras, and it's like, oh, we're through the Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, the age of this, the this to that, or whatever, right? These things are all about the, how can I put it? The manipulation of the body, the manipulation of atoms and everything, right? When we're thinking about these things, you know how they talk about the sacred geometry? Let's go a little sacred geometry 101, right? Now, if you can remember the explosive for the man and the implosive for the woman, let's go ahead and go on that a little bit. So, the square in masculine is the square, right? Inward triangle is masculine sacred energy, right? My computer do this now, so don't get frustrated. I'm going past these pictures. I'm gonna have to go back because it's so sensitive. Work when it want to, don't do it if damn want to. Okay. The inward triangle is the sacred geometry of masculine, right? The woman has the circle of feminine in nature, circular. The downward triangle is the feminine sacred geometry. Upward triangle is the man's, and the downward is the female, right? When you combine these two, the upward triangle, which is the masculine sacred geometry of the physical man, and then the downward triangle, which is the feminine geometry of the feminine woman, right? Those two together make that organic energy that is surplus, and it is resurfaced through the organ energy. When we're creating organ energy, which is the implosive when the man enters woman, and the explosive part that enters the uh, implosive part of the woman, it creates a particular divine energy, right? This energy we'll talk about as being the Makurba. It's also within you. When you're born inside of your mom's womb, that black dot, that is the dot at the base of your spine where the Makurba is actually powerful nucleic energy. All right. It is called black goo. If you've heard of anything with like the Kabbalah, and you hear these things about these governmental agencies, so on and so forth, they actually have a large amount of the black goo, and they actually use it in witchcraft and sorcery and things of that nature. We won't get into that today because that's like a whole live and a half. But when it comes to that, the Makurba is the divine merge. It's the merging of the sacred energies of man and woman. That is what creates self. Okay. Now, as I said, the union of divine feminine and masculine, the divine. Divine would be an ether being. We're not just talking about anyone. If you saw at the beginning of the video, I've explained a lot about what I talked to you guys about. You guys always want to find ways to include us all together, which there's not a problem with some races. There's a distinct difference between a few different people. We're not going to get into all of that, but you did hear in the beginning of the video the German that told you that they are not human. They are not ether beings. They are not light spirit beings. We are. So let's go into that. So the union of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, the almighty toroidal, Taurus field, the energy every man and woman has. It just depends on if it's explode or imploded. It's the electromagnetism. The electromagnetism, which is the same thing that rules the entire universe, entire world, entire earth. Everything is run off of the electromagnetism, light, photon, neutron, neutronic energy, so on and so forth. So what we have to do is make sure we're learning that and staying away from this physical, right? Learn to balance the yin and yang within the union of the divine masculine feminine. When combining these two, is energy. The clock of destiny. If you have a chance, I'd like for you guys to look for this research. It's not very easy to find. It kind of gives you a little bit more of this in depth as far as what we're talking about. If you're not aware already, just so that you can already great day, great day. Let me make sure I'm speaking to everybody rather quickly. Wazane, thanks so much for coming in this morning. DD Alexander, appreciate you. Obviously, sis, you already know. Big O, thanks for coming through, brother. We are back, Grandma in the house this morning with us. Bronze Flat Power, thanks for coming through, bro. You already know. Hard to explain, brother. Thanks for coming through. We appreciate you so much. I appreciate all you guys. Anyone that is seeking knowledge and information, whether it pertains to sticks to you or not, it should be a part of you and be able to grow from that. So I'm not sure. This was some other things. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna take this off right now. And what I'm going to do is get to a next group. So hold on one moment. I have to find All right. So yes, I'm hoping you guys are having like an awesome morning, right? Wanted you guys to see. Do I want to go over this real quick to add on to that because I should have probably tried to do this yesterday, like I wanted to, but there's so much going on. Okay, let's see. Third dimension. This might be a little too deep for the moment. I want to stick to the fifth. Okay, yeah. I'm actually going to just do that. Let me, I'll have about another 20 or 30 minutes. So I'm going to stick to this information I wanted to go over. Okay. Now, as I was talking about the information, you guys heard the video earlier, right? Let's think about us. When I tell you that we are being trapped in a simulation, you have to think it's a mental and a physical thing. This plane that we're on, as I showed you, the body parts of the male and the woman. This is why they can go from either a male or a woman in the womb because this is a physical plane that has been manipulated. Manipulation of neutrinos, manipulation of light, photonic energy, manipulation of ether and atoms. So due to that, this is what's going on. When you fast, right? Um, when you're fasting, you're actually cleaning or clearing your body of these materials and things that actually go against the grain. When I say go against the grain of molecules that your body forms when it comes to the oscillation, we're talking about crystals that are metabolically formulated within our being, right? So when it comes to that, we're looking at things that are taking us out of the physical and taking us into the spiritual. This is where we're trying to elevate to. They are encasing us in a physical realm right now, which is what people really aren't seeing. We know that, but we're not seeing the depth of that, right? Our body sleeps. When our body sleeps, we're able to escape this realm, right? We actually and we go to different areas. If you're able to actually um, direct your energy, you're able to flow through those planes and direct yourself to different areas that you would like to be. In order to do that, you need to have a cleaner vessel. In order to have a cleaner vessel, you have to eliminate certain chemicals, technology, false lights, uh, indoctrination, religion. All these things have to be cleared, right? When you clear these things, automatically you will start to become less dense. The density will allow you to be more elevated in your spiritual nature. It will allow you to be more elevated in your physical nature because it starts to lighten up the actual atomic structure that you are within, and it clears out and cleans out to create the density of light so that you're able to protrude through, which is the actual you, the full self, the real self, the only you, the real true you. Science teaches that atoms, right, which is what we're being caught up in. Stay with me. The atoms, which is a part of the physical nature we're being caught up in, these molecules are able to be manipulated, right? So science teaches us that atoms are the smallest particles, but that's a lie. That's not true. The smallest particle is actually our plasma cell. The plasma cell is the smallest particle. It's a light particle, right? Now, back when there's the Great Invasion that I talked about before, the gods had sex with humans. After they were humanized, they they were taught to be humane. There were four different animals, right? We have to think of these animals in the physical being as the entities that we hear stories about, but they're confusing when trying to match religion with spirituality, with you, so on and so forth. Satan in the Bible, that's Zeus. Prometheus, Enel, Yakub, so on and so forth, right? These are all things that are part of um the physics, the metaphysics. Now, we do bypass metaphysics because the atoms, which are the atoms that include the proton, neutron, and electron, this is that six ether being, that six uh, atoms are a part of us. When they talk about the carbonated being, right? Another part of it that is the carbon. We are not the only carbonated beings. Even in a video that I talked about the tall whites, there are the other whites. There are other beings that are also um, ether beings, but they are not photonic energy, nine ether beings, carbonated beings, photonic beings. So that's the difference. Um, just to understand the power of the black goo, the black dot, the ether energy that you have within your spine, that snake that goes up from your spine, that Kundalini energy that rises as your chakras are cleared out and cleaned out. It gives you a density, and you are able to align yourself to a balance of coming from the state of physical and going more into the state of the spiritual, connecting to yourself, connecting to what is really you, right? Um, because I'm trying to get a lot out in this time before I get off this slide, but I want to make sure that I'm not skipping over parts. When it comes to that energy, right, that spine rises. You know, when you hear the Kundalini energy, right now we're going through that. We're in the time of our Kundalini energy rising because of the atmosphere. Our ancestors are fighting for us to receive this information because all of our informational pools have been tainted and disrupted, and all the crystals that connected to us through the atmosphere, through this physical plane that we were here to actually surplus, has been manipulated to take over certain things with us. So now what's going on is our light being, our physical being, is being trapped because of our light photons being manipulated. We're caught in reflectors. We're caught in different things that are not a part of us. Okay, we are light beings. We are spirit beings, and because of the entrapment of spell binding, indoctrination, religion, governmental standings, this is all part of the manipulation. Until a person comes out of that, you will not be able to see any of the things that I'm talking about. I know most of what I'm saying right now is going over deaf ears, and if it is, that's because you're not taking the time to partake into, you know, researching this stuff. You're not looking into anything past what you've been indoctrinated with. You're not looking into anything past what someone else has told you or taught you. You're not even looking at yourself. You're not tuning into yourself. You're not letting things resonate with you that are true, so that you're able to actually feel that. You should feel truth. You know, when truth hits you, there's an energy that comes with that. There's a light that's generated within the fluctuation of truth. So if you're not feeling like that spark or that warmness, that tingle down your spine, these are actual physical things that happen during enlightenment. If you're not feeling these things, you're not becoming enlightened. You are still being caught up in reflectors. You're not getting the correct information to actually put you in the right place or the right space. Okay, right now, um, from that black dot, which is actually the light photon, which is actually you, it's more powerful than any atom that's in this entire universe, in any type of atom in this physical plane. In each one of our cells, the neutrino is so freaking powerful. The particle, the light photon, is so strong. The cells in our carbonated being, the spirit and soul, is being hijacked so that they can surplus and use it to uh, gain energies for other things that are not going to be beneficial to us. It's keeping and hijacking us into their reality, which is fake light. As Coppertone says, the hook noses, they doing it. It's fake light. You people don't believe in these things because you don't know the strength of yourself. You don't understand the power of yourself. So of course you wouldn't believe that there are other beings that are out here that are these uh, crazy creatures, and they show you all this stuff on TV to make you think, oh, this is fantasy, and this isn't real, and this is pretend, and they throw it in your face because it's true. They can use these things to manipulate you because you do not know what's going on in the true world. You are caught up. I'm sorry, guys. You are caught up in the manipulation, and because you're caught up in the manipulation, you're not able to see past the photonic energy, um, and grasp it and connect to it, be a part of it. Right? The light photon is it's able to be bent. You guys hear about shapeshifters? When it comes to that, that's because they're able to actually manipulate light. Whether you guys understand this or not, shape shifting is only manipulating light. You shape shift. If you have enough density in your body, you are actually able to manipulate the light in your body and shape shift through an actual physical atom via your light photon and the energy within you. Sound crazy, right? It ain't. It's not at all. Your eye, the physical eye, right? The physical eye only sees light photons within, right? So if your eye is seeing light photons, which is retina sees, and that light is reflected, it's pulling in the light photons, it's pulling in the reflectors, and then the retina is pushing out a visual, giving you a reality. But if you separate yourself from the physical and take yourself more into the spiritual, you would be able to manipulate that light yourself. Hmm. Shapeshifters, governmental agencies, so on and so forth. All these people that work under the physical alterations, um, they're able to manipulate the light, and this is the problem. The same thing when you see on TV, things that make shapeshifters are able to fine tune the light. Let's say that via the manipulation of the imagery and with visual stimulation, the actual stimulation of the pineal gland. And once the stimulation of your pineal gland is active through light senses, through photonic energy, you're seeing different things. It helps to see the vibration and feel the vibration within you when you are enlightening yourself with truth, when you're enlightening yourself with fact, when you're actually seeing through the atoms and being able to use your energy to directly see true light. Being caught up in the manipulation of false reflectors, false lights, all these things that are coming to you that come from the outside to come into you, to be absorbed into you, to give you a false sense of reality, a false light. All this, I actually am kind of random. I'm going to just tell y'all where this video came from. There's so much going on, but one of the brothers was telling me about this King Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus King Kong movie. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but when I watch it, I'm looking like, wow, this is crazy. They're talking about us. King Kong is talking about us. They're showing us in that movie. It literally is talking about everything that I say all the time. It shows you how let's put ourselves in the place of King Kong. We're the great ape, right? That black energy, right? That's us, right? So with King Kong in the beginning of that movie, if you guys seen it, he actually threw this tree stump or something, and it shattered the dome, right? That was actually showing the reality. This reality that they have us in is not the true reality. This is a simulated plane. This is what he was showing. It showed something about him going down to the earth. There was a little girl that was deaf and she couldn't talk, but he could resonate with her. So he went down, and when he went down, there was like a whole nother kingdom in the inner earth. Now, I would take the inner earth as us, because the earth plane, this physical plane, is really just us that we're encased in. It's an entrapment in the mind. It's a manipulation. It's wizard, uh, sorcery. So because of that, we're not able to know and be able to see through the false light and see the true light and be able to connect to it and make it a part of us, which is the true light that we are and where we came from. So with the King Kong thing, what I noticed, I'm looking like, wow, that's crazy. That kind of shows how he was trapped in the physical, but it was showing him in the physical world going down under, took him back into the spirit, where he actually had his power. Once he went within, he was able to use all of his powers, connect to all his powers, and he knew who he was. It took him to go in to find himself, right? An ape. So King Kong, let's think about King Kong, the large ape, APE, anti-photon energy. So once he was trapped into that physical body, it was anti-photon energy. He was no longer photonic. Mind's Eye, bro. I seen a little bit. I fell asleep on it. I tried to see some of that the King Kong movie, bro. When I say you right, I'm gonna finish it today because it says everything, bro. It talked about everything. It literally talked about it. I'm going over that now. So that physical realm is low vibrational frequency, right? So when the spirit body is trapped in the physical realm, we are trapped by the low vibrational frequencies. Food, the more food you eat, the lower your vibrational frequency is. You know how you get that niggeritis or colitis when you eat or whatever. You're taking in all these different physical things into your body and those chemicals and everything, and it's actually lowering your vibration. You lose energy, you about falling asleep, all of that, right? Food literally keeps us in a physical state, guys. Meat lovers, you gotta know this. It keeps you in a physical state. It's lowering your vibration. It's keeping you in a state where you're not able to elevate and you cannot pull in true light because you are so caught up and reflected. Like you have so many big spots in dark little areas that have accumulated within you, so that you're not able to cleanse yourself and actually connect to the density that is your light body, the light spirit, the light energy, so on and so forth. The food keeps us trapped. The state of mind, the state of matter keeps us trapped. Anything that is physical keeps us trapped. The physical uh, uh, vibrations allows us to elevate and extend ourselves to a higher state. We are able to go back into our spiritual nature. We are taking more out of the physical when you remove yourself from physical things. This is the APE, that big ape, King Kong. That movie really told a lot. I'm gonna finish that because it was just so crazy. I know I'm a little choppy, brother. They told me I tried a couple of things. It's them. They don't want me to get this out, so I'm just doing the best I can. I'm gonna end this in a minute. Actually, I'm better off on other people's panels. I have this issue all the time because I'm speaking too much. Like the energy is a little too strong for the stream. When I project and I spew the atoms from my lips, right? The light of my atoms actually hit this atmosphere. So they're able to pick up on that. They know my energy. I don't stand under it. I stand up over anything that's being protruded against me. So at that particular time, there's battles against me, and I'm okay with that. I don't mind going on other people's panels to spit my information, but they'll go with other people when that happens. Other people are tapped into, and they'll go against me. There'll be something small, small piece of information sometimes to, get it thrown off track, so on and so forth. But it's okay. I am actually in a state of understanding, so I just spew my light wherever I can. I just put out the information where it needs to be. If there's an inquiry or someone has any information they're seeking from me, I definitely will speak on it. I'll jump up and be happy to run and shout and all of that. So this information is not easily absorbed into this atmosphere, guys, because this is the actual false plane. So because we're dealing with these atoms and then when we're spitting light info, we're spitting photonic energy that's coming out of my carbonated lips. It cannot take it. It's strong. It's powerful. It's not a lot that I can do when it comes to that, right? So they're trying to keep us trapped in this physical body on this physical plane under the light photon manipulation. Look this up, guys. Look up light photons. Look up a light energy. Um, when you think about these things, it will actually show you that there is a manipulation of light frequency over this entire universe, because the entire universe is built off of electromagnetism, and we are electric bodies. Because we are electric bodies, that is all a part of the light photonic energy. The neutrinos in our bodies are able to be manipulated. This is why we're trapped. This is why we're encased. This is why we believe that we're part of this freaking reality. This is why we believe that we are a part of uh, a physical earth. This is why we believe that we are not physical, physically entrapped and encased in a realm that is not actually our reality, right? Do y'all know that this earth is not even what they show you? Do you guys know that we are not on a plane that they show us? Do you guys know that when they talk about this Antarctic and the wall that's around the Arctic, that we're encased in that wall? Do you guys know that if we go past that wall, there's actual another space that gives energy to it that is being blocked off from us, because there are things that we connect to that actually enlightens our spirits, other planes. So we're being encased from that. We're being trapped off from that. This all came about with the Great Freeze. During the Great War, there was a Great Freeze put on the earth. Our ancestors are actually trapped in some of that ice. Our ancestors are part of the ocean in these beaches that you swim in. You notice how when you go to the beach or to a lake, you get in that water, just how refreshed you feel. There's little energy in the water. There are life bodies, photonic organ that floats through that. And some of our ancestors' spirits and souls are literally trapped in that water. This earth did not have water on it at that time. There was when the earth, before, when we were spirit beings, right? There was no large areas of water. There weren't large bodies of water. This came during the Great Flood, and then when everything lowered down on the earth, there are certain areas that had dips in them that the lakes and everything held and encased the waters of our people, because there was a great war and they were trapped in that water. This is why when you go over certain areas where there are portals, like the Bermuda Triangle, so on and so forth, that is what's going on. We man, my mind's all over the place. I'm trying to say a lot in the next 15, 20 minutes. So man, I'm just spewing. But I'm just trying to make sure you guys are getting an idea. I didn't have anything particular in mind. That's why my stream simply says tune into self. Self. CLSL. L. That's rays. That's also energy. We're not going to get into that. But CL, which is the energy inside of you, right? That's right, brother. That's right. Executive sessions. Great light, brother. Great light. Appreciate you. So, yes, I hope you guys, mine's how you say I'm a little choppy. I'm hoping you guys can at least hear me a little bit. I would love to show you guys some of these pics, man, but I'm going to have to do it live in the evening so we can really go and discuss this. I can have a couple of people come up and the ones that actually see, and go from there. Okay, Dee Dee, I'm glad it's good, babe. I'm glad, because I'm feeling a little, I guess I'm feeling a little incomplete right now. I literally jumped up. I had some stuff to do. I fell asleep while trying to watch this King Kong movie and get the idea of the great ape, the APE, the anti-photon photonic energy that's created when coming to the physical. That was King Kong, that physical man. That was crazy. But yeah, I wanted to touch on this because it is so important, guys. We have to make sure that we are tuning ourselves into the right frequency. If you are taking off the frequency, man, this is how we lost. This is how we're caught up in this physical realm. This is how we are encased into this matter. The atoms. The atoms are the matters. If you were at the beginning of the video, I showed you the masculine and the feminine energy. I showed you actually the planes, in the physical plane and the square in which we are being caught in because of the physical being. We have to make sure that we are, man, this is crazy. I get a little emotional, guys. I know. I'm sorry. Hold on. We just have to make sure that we are tuning into the right frequency. Get off of this fake light. Get off of the fake frequency. Get off of these reflectors. Get off of the physical plane. Stop being caught up in the shit. Stop getting caught up into the land and the people. My people had this land and the land. These Moors. Listen, these Moors. I'm gonna tell you a story about Moors. I ain't even gonna get into that because I was going to do a whole lot. But let's talk about these Moors real quick. They want to jump in and act like they have information. They're this and that. They are like the complete. How can I say? Hmm. They completely turned on us. If you got the Moors, literally turned on us. They went like they're a part of the community. We're not going to talk about this great war. That war that they always talking about, that 1400 war. That was a great war when the Moors traded our information. They gave all our information over to these cave beings that was walking around on all fours. They men were so horny they wanted to screw these white animals. So what they ended up doing was laying with these people. They were tricked into see. They started giving away our secrets to this particular plane. They started telling them what we were doing here on Earth, letting them know that we were surplusing certain things and from this realm that we were able to use. And then once they understood that, after that, they turned it against us and they grouped with Moors. This is why I don't really get down with these Moors. I have to divide or say negative things, but I'm hearing so much from one particular one. This Root Bird, such a freaking weirdo. He's a real entity. When I tell you guys, he's used and manipulated on all platforms. He is a true entity. He's a Moor, and he keeps saying, "I'm a Moor. I'm a Moor. I'm a Moor." Yes, you are Moor. You are true negative energy. You are one of the manipulative people that, like your ancestors, fell for the tricks, and you want to talk about this land and we the land this and this. You try to keep people caught up in the physical, dude. Stop tricking our people. Stop trying to lie to our people like your ancestors did thousands of years ago. Like your ancestors did. Stop lying. We see you. I've seen you, and I've heard people talk about it. I haven't seen it per se, but I've seen people talk about how you always laying with the white women, right? This is what happened then. This is how your ancestors got seeded into screwing us over. This is how they knocked down all of our crystal towers. This is how they knocked down all of our antennas, all of our 1,000-foot trees that actually reached the heavens. The Moors did that. Y'all responsible for all that shit. Y'all can sit here and keep trying to act like y'all blending in the community. I'm not fooled by y'all life because y'all know I know the story. That's why y'all come at me. But y'all don't scare me. You know I check your ass quick. I don't play those games with y'all freaking entities. Y'all want to keep playing with these people trying to manipulate us and keep us encased in more lies because we are becoming awakened and because we're becoming aware and because we're becoming enlightened and because we're becoming in tune to ourselves and our photonic energy is growing and increasing. The power is so strong right now. So because of that, the Moors are trying to shift people into these different realities just like they did before. It's a trick of the nation. I'm sorry. I don't want to get on to all of that. I'm not going to keep talking about the Moors in particular, but you guys, please stop falling away from these people when they're always talking about, oh, I have the information. My information is valid, this and that. What is the information you're teaching? Where does this information come from? It comes from your leaders that taught the religions, your leaders that try to keep people caught up into these fake freaking realities. I'm so freaking tired of it, man. I'm tired of y'all playing games. I'm tired of y'all putting people out here to be caught up into these physical things. I'm tired of y'all even arguing with the Aboriginal. We are the Aboriginal. We are the true nature beings. We are spirit-like bodies. Some of you Moors were too, but a lot of you Moors, we got to tell you, 70% of y'all Moroccan Moors that came from the Spaniard, you part of the French and the Dutch. Y'all played in the trickery. Y'all came in here, y'all cased our people, entrapped our people. Y'all gave away our information. Y'all did a lot. That's a whole video I have to do on y'all Moors, and I got proof. Oh, I got plenty of proof. I try not to get into that type of stuff because it's all part of the physical. All this physical stuff that has people tied in and trapped and encased and so on and so forth. It's just so annoying. I don't like to focus on it, but man, sometimes you got to put the light to the fire so that you can see it. I'm kind in a lot of ways, but I'm far from nice. I'm not nice. I'm not stupid. I'm not ignorant. I'm not easily to be manipulated. I was born with this life. This life's been tried to be this since I was a kid. Since I was 7 years old in the so-called churches my mom had me under. When I was 7 years old, my mom, when she was in the church, and in our church, she found my stepdad, Reverend Reverend Lewis Hayden. Anybody know Lewis Hayden? He's a demon, a Mason. He was a Mason. My mom was involved with him. During that time, there was a lot of things that went on in our family's life. He couldn't cause disruption because of the life that I had. I was told this by many people, even at the age of 7, 8, 9, 10. I was a kid and just full with life. Anywhere my mom took me, churches, so on and so forth, these pastors always want to put their hands on me. I didn't know what was going on at the time. They were trying to suppress my energy. Always wanted, oh, this child, this, oh, that. Yeah. I don't even want to get into all that either. But when it comes to that, they tried to take me out even. I've talked to you guys about this before. Physically tried to take me out. Gunshot. 10 years old, a gunshot 38 there, right through the temple. And it was stopped by what? That protect me, that are around me, would not let them take me out, would not let them protrude through and blind me. Yeah, a lot of us are strong. When that happened, the strength of my bone is what actually stopped the bullet. You know that? What the doctor actually said, it was a miracle. They said, I don't know how that bullet stopped right there. I don't know how. It just, yeah, you know, just the power, spirit, light, energy. Mind's eye, you said when the forest was hit in the dome with the rock, it was a rock. I thought he threw like a tree branch. He was turned on fire war, turned on for wars. Exactly, brother. Exactly. Because at that time he was coming out of the physical. They was like, oh shit, what we gonna do? He going back. He realized that he's coming back. They were trying to keep him cased in, but there was so much going on. It looked like I gotta finish watching, but I can't comment too much on it. But just from what I seen, it was just like crazy, real crazy. And you also said that David and Goliath, bullet, UFO, Goliath, the headshot, soldiers into the topic, talk about it, brother. And the guy, giants, therefore the giant dumbasses, David mind controlling them. Think about it. Remember the forest. Talk about it, brother. Talk about it. I know somebody be up on it. Mine's I be up on it. Huey be. Yo, y'all could talk about people that y'all don't understand or understand the spellbinding. Huey, the people that give y'all so much information that is just like so sound and true, but because they have other things going on, y'all can't focus on the truth of the matter. Y'all need to see that truth. Y'all need to hear that truth, feel it. It has to resonate with you. If you have a light body, and you have light energy within you, and if you are seeking truth, you are going to resonate with it. You're going to resonate with some of that, right? Even if you don't resonate with all of it. So when it comes to this stuff, y'all, I'm going to talk about that again real quick, and not a lot in depth, but when we're talking about the anti-photon energy, right? We're trapped in the anti-photon energy. That's the APE. King Kong. This is why this movie said so much to me. The spirit body is trapped in the physical realm, which is a physical body. At the beginning of the video, I showed you guys that the field. So that field shows you all the whole square. This is the square. You know how people say, "Oh, be grounded, be in your square, stand in your square." When you're standing in your square, that's being encased and trapped in that physical plane, right? If you're coming in and you didn't see the beginning of this video, you missed some very important stuff. So make sure you go back. I'm about to end this in a minute, so make sure you go back to the beginning of this video. Watch the video from the German. I actually played a video from about 12 years ago, right? The video was removed from YouTube and everywhere else. They put it back out like 3 or 4 times after that. They kept removing it, right? I recorded it and I downloaded it. What I did was record it with another phone so that I would have the video and it could not be disseminated. I played that at the beginning of this video. You got to listen to it. It's telling you all freaking facts. I also went over the explanation of the anti-photon energy and how it's being trapped in the torus field, the 4 square. I also showed you guys how in the physical we have been trapped. We're coming to the physical world being a male or female. This is why a man and a woman start off the same. You can go into a male or female, the reproductive organs. I show you guys that as well. You have to be in tune to know what I'm talking about. I mean, I can't go over all this information. This shit, this take months. Most of this stuff I've learned over years. Most of this stuff is things that are inside of me, and I've had to go through. I actually had to visualize and see. You know, I don't have time to argue with people about my facts. I don't have time to argue with people about my truth. I don't have time to let people know the reality and then, you know, argue with them, so on and so forth. Either you're going to take it in or not. It's not going to benefit me if you are hearing truth or not. It's up to you. It's only for the benefit of you. You know, this is my energy that I'm using. This is my energy. Like I said, I'm spewing from my lips into the atom's atmosphere. My photonic energy, the light energy from within me that is giving pure light, enlightenment into your mind, into the northern and southern hemisphere of the brain that has been tapped into, that is being encased via waveform information, and it's being processed through your optical, and you're pushing it out. So what you guys got to do is stop being caught up in it. You got to get out of it. You got to get into the true light. You got to stand in a light, be a part of that light. You will only see false light as long as you are a part of it. If you keep putting yourself into the physical, staying into the physical planes of entrapping yourself into these things, this meat, these chemicals, these different music videos, these different weird movies, and all these things, you know, these things, they are harmful to you. They're harmful to your physical being. When they harm your physical being, it breaks it down and it starts to deteriorate these atoms. So the atoms are not able to be um, processed with your light energy. The photon light energy actually gives the motion, the movement and the motion. Man, I had so much to say. I gotta get ready to go. But yeah, I don't know. I got a lot to talk about when it comes to this, but we're gonna end this now. Guys, I got a few things to do. If anybody goes live, I may jump on throughout the day and give a little information. I'm gonna try and do another live this evening to finish up on this. Maybe go a little more detail. I was a bit scattered in my thoughts. I was just thinking so much, and I said I got to at least do one live. I've been trying to do a live all week, and I have been caught up getting on other people's lives because we've had some great builds this week. I've actually been laying low from the platforms, but a couple of times I had to bring myself up because the information was actually great, and I wanted to speak on it. So I'll do that a lot of times. You know, I give my energy a lot of times, and sometimes I give it where it shouldn't go because it's not received in a pleasant way. But I've been trying to watch that. I am about to get off in a second. If anybody wanted to jump up here, let's see. Anybody want to jump up here to ask me about anything I said? I can do another like 5-10 minutes, or talk about anything I said. I could do a few minutes on that, guys. Let me know. I'm about to put the link in here again. Let's see. Let's show the link. I like mine's out. I hope you could jump up here real quick, brother. I really wanted to say something real quick about that. About the King Kong movie. You may can elaborate on some of the stuff from what I saw, and I was able to get that information from, because that was pretty crazy. I'm glad you brought it up. I wanted to discuss that, or maybe we can discuss it after I finish watching it. Then I have a little bit more insight that I may have received. I actually want to watch that other movie. What is it? The one with LeBron, Space Jam. My daughter told me there was some information in there that would trip me out, so I'm going to check that out as well. Yeah, if anybody had anything they wanted to say or ask about anything that we were talking about, did you guys get a chance to see the video? If not, I can put that in real quick again. If you guys would like, let me know. Put a yes in the chat if you want to see that video if you didn't get the chance to see it in the beginning. But since I'm about to end, you guys can actually really go back and see that if you'd like to. When I say it's shocking to people that are not aware of some of this information, but it should not be shocking to anyone who's aware, who's enlightened, and who actually has this type of information. All right, guys. All right, nobody got a question? Great, great, great. I wish you would have came up here so we could have talked about that eighth thing, the anti-photon energy, which is what I say they use King Kong for. We're talking about us. It's actually us, but I don't know if you hear what I'm saying, but it's actually us. They're talking about us. That's the power that King Kong has. That's the power that's within us. Ain't fifty superhero. We won't go into individual, but the electromagnetic man. That's us. I mean, shoot, we can talk about it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming through. You already know I told you I was gonna be real quick. I did want to have a little extensive talk. Maybe later, possibly tomorrow. I got a lot going on. My daughter's birthday. We've been doing a lot of stuff. With this trip we're planning and doing a lot of things with the family. But I definitely want to make sure that I am able to tune in with you guys and go over some of this stuff at a later time. So if not this evening, possibly tomorrow. All right, guys. It's all love. Thanks so much and have a good one. Peace. I'm out. Love somebody. Do something good. Give out some help, even if it's just spewing some words from your mouth that might enlighten somebody, give them an area of developing within themselves. Carry some water around with you, some snacks. You see somebody homeless, don't just bypass them and think, oh, they're using drugs, this, and that. Even if they are, give them something to eat, a bottle of water, whatever, something be beneficial to somebody else other than yourself. That's all I'm talking about. I love you guys so much. Ricky, my young one. Hey, babe, I love me some Ricky Young. Y'all already know this little young brother is he's special to me. It's like one of mine. All right, guys. Well, I am out, guys. It's been a pleasure getting some of this information out. I just hope y'all so able to benefit from it. If not, I don't know what to tell you. But all right, guys, I'm out. Black Moon tonight, Porter for the Buck and the Buck. Yep. I'm gonna be on this, sis. I'm gonna make sure I get something. Maybe we can even discuss that on my next live, Graham. I'm gonna check that out. Last night was crazy, sis. When I say crazy, them beings was they was all over the place. It was like the portal kept opening, it was closing, it went to like an egg shape. It was some crazy shit going on. But yeah, I'm gonna check it out tonight. I'll see what I have to talk with you guys about when it comes to that. Particularly, I really want to get into that so you guys can see that what I'm saying is just not something I'm saying. I can prove everything I'm talking about, and it just takes a little time because I'm not able to put some things up. I tried to put something up earlier. They would not allow me. It took me 20 minutes just to get that video up at the beginning of the stream, just so you guys will be able to see it. I don't know if they're going to take this down or whatever, but if you guys can, please go back to the beginning of this. Just watch the video. I played it twice to make sure you guys are able to understand, and understand everything that he said. So, peace, love, light, and everything that is great energy. All power to my great spirit beings, light bodies that are enlightened, and make sure you guys are staying away from that. Don't absorb anything that is going to be negative to your electric body. And that's about it. All right, guys. Love you so much. Like powerful love. All right. Peace. I'm out.